I don't know what made me want to really pick up the rod. I was always attracted to water. I mean, we spent a lot of time camping there in East Texas and up in Arkansas, but the trips never were geared around any type of fishing activities. But I always took a rod and reel, and we'd pull up to an RV campground, and we'd back the RV up, and instead of me helping everybody unload, I'd be down at the water within minutes trying to catch something. And it was just kind of like a natural attraction for me to want to fish growing up. And anytime I saw water, I don't know if it was in the neighborhood ditch that had a little trickle running through it, I was going to go down there and try to catch a bluegill or something out of it. So I really think it's just I've always had an attraction to the water, and fishing's a big part of that attraction. I grew up in East Texas and started off playing a lot of baseball as a youngster. My dad was a big golfer. He didn't like to fish. He would fish, but it just wasn't something he got up in the mornings and thought about doing. He was ready to go hit the golf course. Naturally, I spent a lot of time during the summer when I wasn't playing baseball. Spent several of the summer months out at the golf course, and of course, just like any golf course, there were several ponds. There were times where I saw some guys out there fishing, and so I started bringing my rod and reel out. And number 9 pond at the little country club we used to play at, I'd play 9 holes, and then I'd go down to the pond and fish. And that was kind of it for me as a youngster growing up. I fished out there, and on into high school, some of my buddies and I would throw a flat bottom in the back of the truck and just go pond hopping. It was just something that I filled in the time when I wasn't competing on the baseball field. It was the one thing that drove me with baseball, was just competing. I did play some golf later on in high school as well. And that's kind of what I did when I transitioned from baseball. I played 1 year of college and then got away from that due to injuries, and I started playing a lot of competitive golf, similar to what you see with just the weekend tournaments I would play around East Texas. Did that for a few years and kind of just got away from everything. Work life took over and started becoming an adult, being responsible. And about 6 or 7 years ago, I actually bought my first bass boat. Me and my little brother, we would go out to Lake Gilmer on Wednesday nights and fish little tournaments. And then not long after that, I did the little, local jackpot trails there in East Texas. And me and a friend of mine were talking one day about FLW had come to the Red River. And we got to looking into that and saw that they had a co-angler program. And so I thought, well, that would be a good way for me to travel the country and see some things I hadn't seen. And it was really a decision based more on, let me just experience something in my life. When I struggled those first couple of years, there were a lot of the naysayers back home that said, I told you didn't have any business doing that. And I kind of fueled off of that negativity that I heard back home, and that's helped push me forward. So I got to thank the naysayers as well. But really, at the end of the day, it's all about my family. Back at home, when I'm on the road, my sister takes care of my business, and that just gives me a great peace of mind to not worry about what's going on back home and focus on my tournaments. And my dad, my mom, my brother, my other 2 sisters, they're always just so supportive of what I'm doing. And I think it's kind of funny because early on when I was doing this, I don't think they even really realized the magnitude of what fishing the tour meant, how much work that we do have to put in. A lot of people just think, oh, you're going fishing, that must be nice, that must be the life. And it is fun, but at the end of the day, it is a lot of work. It's a job, and a lot of people don't appreciate. My family is just like the crutch that you can lean on in life when things happen, good and bad. They're always there for me. Super supportive of anything that I've ever done in my life. Couldn't do the things that I've done in my life without them.